Now that we're back on Hvar Island for a few weeks, we are trying to resume our sort of walking routine. Last year we walked all through these little dirt roads all around our little part of the island. We probably walked 3-4 times a week, 5-6 miles on the top end, 2-3 miles on the low end each time. So I say we average probably 3 to 4 miles. So we probably did about 10 to 15 miles a week just walking around here. We got pretty familiar with these places. So we're trying to resume that just for, you know, fresh air, a little bit of time to decompress from whatever projects we're working on, and just exercise. You know, we need the exercise, especially when we're here, not traveling while we're waiting for chores and errands to be done. So far we've got my residency renewal submitted, and they acknowledged that they were submitted. This year, the different thing we're doing is we're also applying for my permanent residence, which you can only do on your 4th year.
If you're married.
If you're married, right.
Otherwise, you have to wait for your 5th year.
So, being married just gives you 1 extra year.
Just? I think I'm more than that.
Okay. There are other benefits.
Love.
Companionship. Shared bank account. Asking permission before we buy gadgets. Most of the time. Speaking of which, there's another dangerous thing about being here, is that we have an address to ship stuff to. So we're working on projects on the van. I'm trying to come up with a new way to add some more water capacity, come up with a way to better organize some of the things that are inside the cab, underneath the bench seat, between the bench seat and the kitchen area. You know, because the last couple of months felt like that there was a lot of extra clutter. So we're trying to get rid of stuff, reorganize stuff. So there's been a few orders on Amazon. But then, you know, this last couple of days and these last few weeks, a bunch of, you know, end of the year product announcements came out of GoPro. Today, a new Sony camera came out. Apple came out with new MacBooks. I think there's going to be a new DJI drone coming out soon. All these things to spend money on. The thing that really saves me is the higher price of those things here in Europe compared to the US, and also the difficulty of getting stuff shipped to Croatia compared to Western European countries like Germany and France. So not only is it more expensive to buy in Europe, we have to pay yet an extra shipping cost and potential delays. So that helps. That helps for me to not always try to upgrade. But I am on my 3rd year, actually almost 4 year, well, end of 3 years of using my laptop. So, you know, a new laptop would help. A lot of my pain in editing has been just the computer, like, trying to catch up.
It's only been 2 years.
2019, so 19, 20, so maybe going on 3rd year. But nevertheless, it is slow. That's the slowest part of my process right now, which is getting the files off the camera onto the computer and then waiting for Premiere to happen. And also, we were using the Adobe membership. The Adobe membership that gives us all the apps. And because we're homeschoolers, we have the educational discount, but that's still for the whole Creative Cloud package. It's $30 a month. Turns out to be $360 a year, but $360 is a lot, you know. 3 years of it, that's over $1,000. So if I switch back over to a Mac, which is what I was using before I got the Dell, then I can probably get rid of that and just use Final Cut Pro. Buy it for one price, But before we didn't do it because Ava was using Photoshop for drawing on her Wacom tablet. But now she's on an iPad Air with the Apple Pencil. So we don't use Photoshop nearly as much anymore. I just use it to edit kind of thumbnails for the YouTube videos. But I can do that in a third-party free program probably if I wanted to. So, you know, that could mean switching over back to a MacBook with the M1 Pro and M1 Max, the new one. It looks really awesome. It looks super fast for editing videos. That could cut down a lot of pain points for me. As far as new cameras go, yeah, that would be nice. A new drone, it would be nice, but that's not where the pain points are right now. So we'll see what happens. I don't think this year, or at least right now anyways, is the right time to do it because you know, it's going to be hard to get something here without paying a big hefty fee for the privilege of having a brand new Apple product here in Croatia. Maybe next year. Maybe next year when people come from the US, they can bring me one. We'll see. But on this walk, we wanted to come here. We walked here the other day with Marlene's parents. They said that they had land here, and it's behind one of these walls. And somebody had torn down a part of the wall. You know, her dad's cousin who helps maintain these trees for us. So we're trying to figure out where that is. There's two openings right here, but apparently these are not the ones. This is not the land that Marlene's family owns. There's a third opening down here, and that's apparently where it's at. So we came here to see if this would be a good spot for us to bring the van to and hang out here, camp for a few days. It's quieter, even quieter than the village, believe it or not. And there's a little bit of a peekaboo ocean view. So yeah, looks promising. And here we are. I'll show you where it is. This is the perfect spot right here, actually. We can get the van in here for sure. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, we can totally level here.
I think it's just a matter of making this corner. We may have to move a bunch of rocks. We'll have to drive forward, and then we'll have to reverse. And there's that tree there. That might be in the way. Look how bad the olives are this season. Like, there's no fruits here at all, and here just a couple. It's really sad. And that's not because this has been harvested. This has not been harvested. This looks really good for the van.
This is like a perfect spot.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not those two up there, because those two up there don't look as good for parking. Look at that. Just we can back the van right here.
Yeah, and there's like a little clear area where we can put like table and chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And some Christmas lights. Call it home for her.
And then maybe a little campfire down here. Yeah. If we don't catch any olive trees on fire. So these are all Marlene's dad's side of the family's trees. We don't know if just him owns it or if he shares it with, well, obviously he shares it with his brother, but we don't know if he shares it with any cousins or not. So yeah, this is Marlene's family who comes and maintains these trees for us. They'll do some trimming, and then they'll also harvest these. And look at this, it's so bad. Usually there would just be like a bunch of olives here, but now there's 2. 3. It's not even worth harvesting.
No.
I mean, maybe we'll just come and pick like a handful to, you know, make into like eating olives. So what do you say? There's a trail?
Yeah. I know he has a huge fig tree, so that's still part of the property.
Let's go look.
They knocked over some bushes, so this might be it.
Yeah, this is it. Typical Hvar Island. It's very rocky, That's why you see like all these walls stacked up with rocks, because before they planted these trees, however many dozens or hundreds of years ago, they pull the rocks out of the ground and stack them up. Otherwise it's too hard to grow stuff. So he cut all these trees down just so he can get back here, huh? Oh my god, my shoe just came off. Stuck. So that's the Vela Glova mountain, highest peak in the village.
You can see a little watchtower area on the top if you look.
Yeah, we've hiked up there before. And then we went up there with Rio.
A couple times.
Yeah, and I flew the drone from there once in one of these videos. So then we're just down the hill from that. So these used to be walls like that one and those walls over there. So they are somewhat of a property line dividing mechanism in place here.
There's a fig tree right there. Do you see the yellowish?
Yeah, well that's his.
So there's a big fig tree, so that might be it. So I don't know. You know, we need to draw property lines.
Yeah. And then this is just shrubbery.
I think that's just how the island, you know.
This is natural. What the island would look like.
Cut it down, move all the rocks. Like, it's so impossible to dig. Even if we wanted to park our van there and make a little septic tank area.
Well, you need like heavy machinery.
Yeah, you can't just.
You need like jackhammer, big jackhammer to dig a hole. So you can't just, build a house and have like water and septic. Put it on park for night. Charge people 20 euros a night. Park right here.
There's so much poop around.
Honesty box. Oh yeah.
It has to be self-contained.
They have to bring it in, bring it out. But if you make it kind of nice, like put like a picnic table there, heavy duty one that can withstand the weather. It's nice. It's our personal campsite right here. Another day in the life of our annual pause here on Hvar Island. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you guys later.